What's up, guys? Welcome back to a week of Sliced Ham. No, sorry, that's different now. Welcome back to another week here with Liam Thurkettle, CEO of Sliced Ham. I'm doing right now is I'm actually at a little party for Sly Clyde Brewery here in Phoebus, Hampton, which is honestly one of the coolest places in town, and it has a beautiful set of drinks that I have very much been enjoying these past minutes before shooting this. But what's next door to it as well is a old florist that's been shut down and abandoned for a while. And so what we're gonna try and do is get some photos and some B-roll of this florist and of some of this Sly Clyde event. And like I said, I really can't promote this place enough. It's honestly super great, super awesome, and I'm a huge fan of it. So if you're in the Phoebus area, definitely stop by for a drink. Also, what I want to talk about too is I actually just sitting here talking to some guy at this fire, I've met another photographer. So if you see him a bit in the video, that's who it's going to be. But let's go ahead and get in there and get some B-roll, shall we? We'll make it work. Okay, so what I want to talk about real quick is this book I've been reading called Steal Like an Artist. And what it's really about is how nothing is really original. Everything has kind of been taken from someone else and then turned into their own style, if that makes sense. And so what I really kind of want to talk about here is that sense of how, you know, we sit there and we learn from our heroes and our idols, and then we take that and turn it into our own thing. And that's really the biggest thing. And so there's nothing wrong with stealing from Peter McKinnon or Cody Warner. When it becomes wrong is when you just copy them. What you want to do is take what they do and build your own style out of it. And that's one of the really biggest things about it. And something, you know, that I've really been trying to do over the past year or two, especially on top of this YouTube channel, is through that creative growth, grow here and there. So it's a fascinating book. I would definitely recommend it. I don't really read very often, I'll admit, but I do enjoy this book. And so I really liked that theory that nothing really is original, everything's been taken and then modified. You want to emulate your heroes, not copy them.
I don't have anything, I'm sorry. You're gonna let me pet you? Aren't you a beautiful little thing? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. There you go. Yes, there you go. You're such a beautiful little kitty cat, aren't you? I would take you. I'm actually allergic to you. Whoops. I'm allergic to you. Did you know that? It's kind of an issue I'm gonna have to deal with later. Yeah, I'm allergic.
but
So this is my friend that I've met at Sly Clyde.
How's it going?
I'm gonna let him introduce himself and drop his Instagram handle in.
My name is Matt. I'm a somewhat automotive photographer as well as person photographer. I go to a lot of conventions. My handle that I use most often on Instagram is Just Go Cosplay, all one word. And what I'll do is I'll find certain details in photography and I'll actually photograph and focus on those those certain details and those details alone. So I guess you could say I'm more of a detail photographer.
Yeah. And it's important too, like that's really what kind of like makes a good photo is getting those details, whether you're bokehing or not, but like that's where the interest lies. And I think that's what really kind of separates, like we were talking about earlier, what separates kind of amateur from more pro is that composition level.
Yes.
And like that attention to detail and being able to capture that in the image.
Yep.
It's like, especially with what you were talking about, I was seeing some of his photography earlier and he's very good at doing so.
Thank you. Rule of thirds is one thing that I heard the most of, like you were going to say, is where you take one thing from someone else that you see they've sort of majored in photography.
Exactly.
And you take that one thing and you twist it into your own form of photography. So while it may be the same basic concept, nothing's original anymore because everything is based off of a certain number of concepts. You can only go so far with your own originality, but if you can take someone else's originality, and the rule of thirds is one thing that I've learned, is that if you can twist the rule of thirds, where either you get something in your first third, middle third, or the very center of your photo, or the third, like the actual third of your photo, I've learned to try to twist that into my own form where something won't actually be in a third, it'll be sort of a focal point somewhere in each, between each third.
Okay.
And so that's where a lot of my photo ideas come from, is through the rule of thirds, and I feel like that's the way photography has to